Same thing for the garden. Don't worry about keeping your garden looking beautiful. Worry about keeping your garden being functional. That's the aim. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Country Murray. If you're new, welcome. If you're a subscriber or a viewer, welcome back. We have gotten a hard hit here in Central Florida. I can't speak for anywhere else in Florida, but for Central Florida gardeners, we have gotten a hard hit with this frost. A lot of things have burnt down in my garden, including my gingers, and I'm just going to go in this particular raised bed today to harvest some ginger. So come along, let's harvest some ginger. They have this saying in Jamaica that when men are planning, God is wiping out. So when man are plan, God will wipe out. So let's just go in, harvest some ginger, if we get any ginger. But let's see what we can get from this bed today. And harvest is always a harvest in the garden. So I started on this one, and we're getting gingers here. And this is what the ginger plant, well, this is a dry ginger plant, but this is something of what the ginger plant look like. I'm going to just start digging, so I'm going to take you guys in a bit closer. These gingers, I started them last year. I'm not sure exactly when, because some were put in ground before others. I'm also going to be removing these baby radishes that is still in this bed. For the ginger, what didn't get to bear, can just go ahead and plant them back like this one. It's a late one. The thing with my bed here, I go in with ginger at different times. So when I harvest some of the time, I still go back and plant back those heads. So it's gonna be hard to know which one is ready from which one is not ready. I've said to you guys in an earlier video that how I do my gingers is that I don't just come in and make a big harvest. I just come and take ginger whenever we're ready to use ginger inside of the house. So this one started growing again, but you can remove the plant and you still have this ginger right here. Those are all ginger. And let's try here, getting more. So we're going good. And for me, this part right here with this plant that hasn't been burned, I'm just going to cut it and replant it. So that's going to be an easier start for me in this bed. But I just want to go and get everything from this bed and get it all cleaned up. More here. This is not much, but I'm going to take what I can from it. This is a big one right here, so maybe this is from the first batch that I planted. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because of the frost. The frost came in and burned them back, and they're gonna die, start to rot, and then the one with the highs or the bulb on them, those are gonna be the one that will grow back. So instead of everything going to waste, I'm just coming in, getting them out, and then replant. So let me get some of these. I'm just gonna get rid of these radishes. These will be going to the rabbits. And even for the gingers that I can't see, those are going to grow back once they're underground. Once they're covered with soil, they will grow back. So let me come right here. This is a big root, so wow, let me get something to get this one out. See if we can dig below and get up a few of these. Here we are. Have some gingers on that one. Let's go for right here. We have some pak choy in this bed that we're going to get rid of also. So we're literally revamping this bed. Here we have some baby ginger. I think these were planted back in November. I'm going to go ahead and replant them. And if you're in Florida or in a tropical environment where you're not going to be having ice on the ground, you can go ahead and start planting your gingers now in January. This is one of the plants that I don't hear any gardener in the tropics or subtropics here in Florida talking about starting in January. They're telling you everything else that you'll be late for to start in January, but they're not telling you the true crops that you can start in January, and ginger is one of them. If you're up north, this wouldn't be the crop for you to be starting in January, but here in Florida, go ahead and start your ginger in January. When you start your ginger in January, you can have ginger for the late summer, and you can also have ginger for the end of year, because there will be no frost at that time to burn your ginger. But even if you haven't reached your last frost date as yet, those gingers are underground, so it has no leaf to be burned above ground, and gingers can stay underground for a while before they start shooting on top. So in January, end of January or February, you're in Florida or any tropical or subtropical zones, you can go ahead, or let me say zone 10 and above, you can go ahead and plant gingers in January. You don't have to wait until April and May like other gardeners. This is what we got here. Let me just give it a wash and see what they look like. They're not too bad at all. Getting some nice pieces of ginger. And these are not fertilizer packed. It's just simple rabbit manure, so you won't be getting those oversized gingers like what you're used to from the grocery stores. They could be bigger, but they're still not going to be those elephant-sized gingers that we're all used to. Here we are with the ginger that I just harvested from that single bed over there, and this is a good amount. This is decent, because the way we use ginger in this household, normally on a Sunday, if we'll be making drinks or juice, anything of the sort, and we're going to do it our traditional way where we put ginger in it, we will just come, uproot a plant, use that ginger. We don't harvest a whole big bundle and then try to store it or anything like that. We're in a subtropical climate and we work according to the climate that we're in. So for gingers, I just don't see the need to go ahead and be preserving these things most of the time, because they grow year-round here in Florida. So the reason why I went ahead and did a harvest like this is because of the frost and everything was burnt back. So what would have happened is these ginger that you see here, they would have rot underground, and then these bulb, these are the eyes, these bulb would start grow again. So it would be a waste of ginger for me. If I hadn't gotten that frost, then the plant would stay alive and keep on producing until I get around to them. And if I didn't get around to them, then those plants would die back and a few of the bulb would start growing again. So that's the reason for me going in and harvesting like this for my gingers. Other than that, I just plant gingers and harvest the old-fashioned way. Also, if you're a Florida gardener in this sandy soil and you're having trouble with ginger, plant them in partial shade. Ginger, they don't take a lot. You may hear that you should plant them in full sun, but ginger, they just don't do well in full sun unless you're pouring down synthetic fertilizer on these things every 2 weeks like what I see some gardeners doing. But if you want to set it and leave it, you can put down whatever fertilizer of your choice, but plant these in a partially shaded area. Even if you have a tree, a larger tree, we have a whole lot of oak trees here in Florida, especially in backyards. You can plant gingers under your oak trees. They won't compete with the root system of the tree or anything like that. They will bear around it and they will be just fine. But they just don't like full sun. If you should go to any country that grows a lot of ginger, whether it be in Southeast Asia, the Caribbean, or South America, ginger is normally grown in shaded areas. This is what this bed is looking like now, and I'm still seeing ginger inside of it, but these, I'm just going to drop these back and they can volunteer if they may, but I'm not going to try and save everything. So this bed, as I said before in an earlier video, this bed will be my ginger bed. I don't have dedicated location for plants in my garden, but for the ginger, because they're a root crop and they last so long in the ground, I have to go ahead now and dedicate somewhere for them so that I don't disturb them that much. This is what the bed is looking like now. Our garden can't stay beautiful forever. We're using them, we're eating, taking things from them all the time, so we have to reset them at times. It's like going to a restaurant, getting a nice plate of food, looking at it, but you know you have to eat that food. So the plate won't look the same at the end of that meal. It's the same thing for our garden. Whenever we harvest, our gardens won't look the same no matter what we're gardening. Even if it's fruit trees, once you harvest them, you won't have that beauty anymore. You have to wait until that tree reproduces and you get more fruits to have that beauty of a tree and fruits on it. So same thing for the garden. Don't worry about keeping your garden looking beautiful. Worry about keeping your garden being functional. That's the aim. Again, that's going to be it from Country Morrow. God bless you all. See you in the next one. Happy gardening and cheers.